If you've been on the spaces as well, you've seen that the Right Honorable Raila Odinga has officially now come out, guns are blazing through as far as his AUC campaign for the AUC chair is concerned. We've seen different kind of directions on it, whether it is himself saying that he wants to focus on that, whether it is reactions from different persons as far as his seat, his vying of the seat is concerned. I've seen different persons on different X spaces raising campaigns that are purportedly supposed to derail his campaign, one or the other. I'm not here to share whether I believe he should get it or not get it. All I do know is there's a lot of things that are happening in the space that are seemingly, in my opinion, supposed to be very distractive from what is key, what is important for us to focus on. And that's why I keep saying the sarakasi na drama. Yenye ninaona. All the different things that we're seeing, whether it is the openings of things, whether it is the focus on the Raila Odinga's upcoming campaign for the AU. For me, all these things just look more as drama na za sarakasi za kupoteza wa Kenya, not only kupoteza time yao, but just to cause some sort of distraction from what is key and what is important and whatever it is that is being discussed. I maybe some of the speakers will be having here may shed a light on one or two comments that I've seen that have to do with people coming up again to go out onto the streets and to speak more. I personally don't have a lot of info, but if you're here and you have anything that you can share on the same, or you'd like to share, highlight on the same, feel free to also request the mic. So for me, distractions. Mi nimekuwa nikiona former prime minister's campaign. To me, it seems like a distraction. I'm not trying to demean the chair that is the seat that he's asking for or seeking for. Neither am I diminishing what could be also I find hard to see, but what could probably be some certain maybe level of impact of some sort. I don't know if a Kenyan being chosen there, especially him, will have any impact on our country as far as the AU and as far as the relations with the other African countries. I don't know whether it's going to have any effect, but like I said, for me, it looks more like a distraction. All right, looks more like a distraction than anything else. Number three thing, of course, that has been very interesting to see has been impeachment. Najua, this whole Governor Kawira's drama, as I rightfully call it, for me inafeel kama ule dem mwenye unajaribu kuacha, but every time ukimwambia tumeachana na umetoka nje umepaka vitu zake zote hapo nje, mwambia bedhi story imeisha, right? Tuko done, na unamwacha hapo nje, hata umeita tuktuk imchukue, then somehow ulitoka ukaenda, ukirudi jioni unapata not only is she still there ati amesimama nje, she's back in the house. Meanwhile hapo hata ulikuwa umejipanga venye umeitisha mafunguo zote, and you're there wondering how did this person come again, and the first time and the second time until the fifth time. For me, it looks a lot like a breakup that is supposed to have happened, but it seems that it is not happening. They're different. I've had on different spaces, I've read different tweets. People have different opinions about what is going on. A good chunk of us believe that this is an attack on women in leadership and a woman in leadership, to be very particular. I have had, and I've seen a lot of comments as far as that is concerned. I have also had residents of Meru. I personally, my wife is from Meru, and I know a few family friends from her side who are living in that side, and I have had plenty of them speak about the same and express that they too believe that the governor has not delivered as she ought to have delivered. There is some form of quote unquote, and correct me anyone if I'm wrong, some form of county, quote unquote, county state capture that is going on with the person above, wars with MCAs, wars with different persons that are working in the county offices. So it is a bit difficult for someone to pick what exactly is happening. But if the former, that is attack on a woman in leadership, would be what it is, and that this is just political sabotage that is going on, then it is sad to see that's where we are still as a country. If that be the case, I don't know if it is, but if that be the case, for me looks very sad to watch that we are still there, even in 2024, that we can still be there where people can organize and come after someone simply on the basis of oppression by gender. That to me is the highest level of backwardness we would have as a nation. Now, if it is the latter, that the person is not performing. I had one of the speakers earlier this week tell us it cannot be about performance because a lot of other counties also have governors who have not performed. Why are they not being impeached? And that's a valid point. But if it is about the latter and if it is about the performance, then it goes also afar to show there is need for change. There is need for a complete change, not just on MP seats that we're talking about, but even county governments. And we've talked about it in other places when we've been talking about devolution. It just shows if it is about performance, if it is about somebody not being an accessible leader, because as a leader, I believe you need to be accessible, you need to be approachable, and you need to be actually, those are the key things I think you should have among many others. You need to be approachable. You need to be someone that people can be able to reach. You're reachable in one way or the other. You're not seated somewhere too far. And I just think it would be only but nothing but sad that this is what is happening. And if it is about performance, then I'd say it is rightfully done. In fact, it has taken too long. It has eaten up on taxpayers' money with all the sittings that have probably happened, all the other 4 times. There has been a waste of, even if it is not resource of finances, there is even waste of time. Waste of time in the sense of all this being looked upon. The last thing I'd probably say about that is I've also seen a lot of communication that has to do with that the Senate itself did not raise a proper investigation on this, and some of the points that they had been putting out that were voted upon, I've seen a numerous number of people not feel comfortable with this or with those points, and it looking like a witch hunt also that is being led by the Senate. And I just want everyone to think about all those 3 scenarios. If it could be any one of those 3 scenarios, none of them shows us a political class that is trusted to do the right thing by performance, behave the right way as leaders, be in the right spaces as leaders so as to be reachable. And it shows just how much pollution of even not just performance but of values that people would have. It says a lot about our people. And even though we've woken up and said we have to change, it gives us something to reflect back and say, going for lesser devils and bigger devils, which has been the norm in this country for different political seats and different political positions, is no longer a way. And so I just want each one of you to think about that. Those for me are just the first 3 things that have been a very big highlight. But please feel free to request the mic. I'd like to hear from every one of you on what you've just been seeing this week, your thoughts on the course of the week, what is lying ahead of us, your thoughts as far as some of the discussions we've had, if you'd like to speak about them. Yesterday we spoke largely about GMOs and any relation that has to do with GMOs and cancer. The day before, we also delved a little bit into vaccination, into the impeachment that was going on, vaccination as far as the Mpox is concerned. We also spoke a lot about the impeachment of the governor. And early in the week, also, we just looked at state of the nation as in a whole, everything that has been going on. So, if you'd like to share with us any of your thoughts on all these things, feel free to join me on the speaker panel, and we have more of you. Just tell us what you think. I see. I'd like to